It's not. It's like. Padded Room Radio is back in your ear holes. My name is Darian. I have returned for another week of horror bullshit just for you. Because you asked for it, and I'm going to give it to you. And I don't care if you change your mind. I'm already here. I've already committed to the project. Buddy is back in the house.
Yeah!
There he is, everybody!
What's going on?
I was a little worried about you today, man.
Yeah, that weather out there is something else.
Dude. I get home. It's hot. It's sunny. It's beautiful. I start taking the pool cover off for the kids so we can all go in the pool and cool off for a hot second. Mm-hmm. Boom. Torrential downpour.
I know, it was crazy.
Fucking Buddy's riding his motorcycle in from Fernley.
Yeah.
I better warn him.
Yeah, I hit there first, so I knew what was expected.
Okay.
But yeah, it was something else.
13 seconds after I finished my text message with you, fucking golf ball size hail.
Yeah.
Buddy's gonna get killed on the way to this stupid podcast.
Right? Yeah.
Glad you made it in, though, man.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Right on. What's new with you? What did we miss in the last 2 weeks?
Let's see. I got paid now.
Oh,
so,
you are officially...
Yeah. So I guess I do work there.
You
That's
do?
good.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I was worried about that, too.
I know, right? Yeah, and then my third check, really weird. I didn't get... It was supposed to be automatic deposit. Well, it didn't show up at my house either. I'm like, what is going on? And then all of a sudden I get to work. It shows up at work. And it has my home address. And then, of course, my boss's check, he doesn't even have, like, it's paperless, right. So he doesn't get anything. Yeah. Well, his stub showed up at work, too. We're like, what is going on here? So we're reaching out and all that stuff. But, yeah, last 2 weeks have been crazy. See, I had a meeting the first week I was gone, and then last week we had a door situation where we couldn't lock the building, so I got stuck there.
Awesome.
And now I'm back, and this rain, it's not going to stop me from coming.
I hope not, but I don't want you to get killed either, dude.
Right.
That would be a very stupid way to die.
Right.
I was racing towards Reno on my Harley for a horror movie podcast.
Just put it on my headstone.
Yeah. Right on, man. Well, it's good to have you back.
Yeah, thanks. What's been going on with you?
Oh, just the usual shit. Went to a 6-year-old's dance recital. My daughter had a dance recital this weekend.
That's awesome.
Cute as a button.
Oh, yeah.
She's on stage for all of 3.5 minutes.
Yep.
Worth every penny of the $600+ that I had to spend.
That's the way it goes.
The lessons leading up to it. The fucking skirt dress tutu thing that she had to wear. Plus hair and makeup.
Yeah.
Plus I got to get up at 6:30 in the morning to get her over there for rehearsals and all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
3.5 minutes, man.
I know.
Stupid. Whatever. She enjoyed it. That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. And you enjoyed it, too.
I got a little teary.
Aww.
I'll be honest with you, man. I went in there... tough, complaining, we couldn't do this at noon? It's fucking bullshit. As soon as I saw her come out on stage,
that's right.
She's so beautiful. I love her so much.
That's awesome.
Oh, I'm a big pussy. Well, we got a horror show to do here, buddy.
Yeah.
We got horror news, listener mail, all the fun stuff. I say we do it like we always do, with a little horror news coming at us.
Yeah.
Horror news.
What you got, big guy?
Laura Croft from Tomb Raider now joins Dead by Daylight on July 16th.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ready for that one?
I am. I bet she's going to have some sexy outfits.
Oh, man, no kidding.
I like that.
So she's got 3, perks.
Okay.
One's Finesse that activates while you're healthy with your fast vaults 20% faster.
Okay.
Hardened activates after you unlock a chest and cleanse or bless a totem.
All right.
And then Specialist, where each time you open a rummage through a chest, you gain 1 token.
Okay.
And then, of course, when you do a great skill check on a generator, all tokens are consumed, reducing the maximum required generator progress.
Huh.
Yeah, that's her little special abilities.
You
play it a lot, so I don't know what any of that means.
I think that last one might pay off. So the cool thing is, once you get your survivor to a certain level, it unlocks those perks for all the other survivors. So I might take Ash from Evil Dead and give him that last one with the generator thing.
Specialist,
yeah.
Okay.
Right on.
That's cool.
I might be into that.
Well, no more Crypt Keeper. EC Comics reveals new horror host for this year's revival.
Oh, what is it now?
Gone are the Crypt Keeper, the Old Witch, and the Vault Keeper, being replaced by new hosts for a new generation.
Okay.
The Wrap reveals in their exclusive report today the 3 hosts, designed by artist Dustin Weaver, are the Gravedigger,
the
Tormentor, and the Grim Inquisitor.
That sounds like a sex move.
Oh yeah, it does.
I met this girl, gave her the Grim Inquisitor.
Yeah,
she's not returning my calls anymore.
That's right. She's not getting out of bed either.
Nope.
Well, Nosferatu trailer's out there. I don't know if you got a chance to check out that trailer, but it looks pretty dope.
I did. It looks good.
Yeah, I love the way it started. I don't know if I like the end of that teaser.
Robert Eggers from The Witch and the Lighthouse doing this with Bill Skarsgård as Count Orlok.
Yeah.
I got what I wanted out of it. I was hoping for a very dark, gothic kind of a deal.
And not reveal too much.
Yeah, I don't want to see him yet.
I know. That was close. I thought they were going to do it there.
I don't know, dude. My biggest fear is that they basically just turn him back into Pennywise for this. I'm not into that.
Right.
You gotta have the big fingers, the big stupid head. I'm into it.
Yeah. So Nosferatu will be released in theaters for Christmas, December 25th this year.
I'm into it.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Now, some really exciting news. It's time for Funko news.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Kurt Russell's MacReady from The Thing finally gets his own Funk toy.
He didn't have one?
No.
Oh. Do you got a picture of it?
No, I decided not to take it. Usually I do, but
I'm not a Funko guy, but if that fucking
there's that.
Oh. He's got to have the sombrero on.
Yeah.
He's got to have the sombrero and the goggles. That's the only way I want JP McCready.
And also regarding Funko news, the damaged Megan toy is part of their Funko Fusion line. Because remember, the game's coming out for Funko Fusion, so they decided to put out her.
Okay.
It's a little damaged ordeal.
Sure.
Yeah.
I got a couple of those Funko Fusion games.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got the Batman ones.
Okay. Their heads bobble around?
No, it's just a board game with those Funko guys as the little pieces is basically all it boils down to.
Oh, interesting.
But I guess if you buy like 3 or 4 of them, you can like lock them together so Batman can fight Indiana Jones or something.
Wow.
Is that how it goes? I don't know. I only got the Batman ones, so.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's all I got. What do you got?
Hey now, Universal Orlando has detailed plans for a Dark Universe theme park. So this has nothing to do with the failed Dark Universe that they were trying to do with the Mummy.
Right.
Although it would be cool. Unfortunately, you all people shat all over it. Now we're never going to know.
It'd be like that Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland, except it'd be the Mummy and Tom Cruise would be running around.
Yeah, I'm into it. I'll ride the fuck out of it, buddy. I will love it. Every chance I get.
That's right.
There is some concept art up. Nothing concrete as far as like construction or anything like that. But it looks cool. And it's going to be based on the original Universal Pictures Universal Monsters.
That sounds cool.
So that will be very cool.
Yeah.
Charlize Theron is confirmed as Pamela Voorhees in A24's Crystal Lake.
Yes.
Okay, so a couple of thoughts. Number one, A24. What kind of weird artsy-fartsy spin are they going to put on this? Mm-hmm. Number two, Charlize Theron.
Great actress.
But maybe a little too good for a Crystal Lake situation.
Yeah, but she can get ugly.
She can. We've seen it.
Oh, yeah.
We saw a monster. I'm going to say I have high hopes for this, but at the same time, I feel like they might just
screw it up.
Yeah. They might A24 us and put some kind of artsy-fartsy spin on it and make Jason like a sexually confused fucking crackhead or something. I don't know, right? Man. Yeah. You never know with these people.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
All right, well, we'll reserve judgment. It could be kick-ass.
I hope so.
Robert Englund and John Carpenter are both getting stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yes, I saw that too. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's going to be
well-deserved.
A homeless guy camped out on both of them by the time they get them into the concrete. Seriously, have you been to L.A. recently?
No.
The Hollywood Walk of Fame
been a couple years.
Is a tent city now. It's just disgusting.
You know, I hope with it'd be really cool if he could use like the Freddy glove on there.
That would be cool.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be.
Robert Englund and then yeah, that'd be cool.
What else we have here? Lastly, we have The Monkey. A new Stephen King horror movie is dated for February 2025 release.
Does this have anything to do with Monkey Shines?
No, Monkey Shines was a George Romero movie.
Okay.
So The Monkey was a short story, I believe, in Skeleton Crew. And it's about a toy, one of those toy wind-up monkeys.
Oh, yeah. Bang! Yeah.
Clang, clang. Yeah. Every time it clangs, somebody dies.
Oh,
and this kid realizes that, because he thinks he's just got a defective toy monkey, but then out of nowhere it just clangs once and his uncle dies. And then a couple weeks go by and then it clangs again and his mom dies.
Time to get rid of that monkey.
Got to get rid of that fucking monkey. There was another movie that came out that was loosely based on this. I think it came out in the early 80s. I want to say it was called The Devil's Toy or something like that.
Huh.
I will investigate that right now or sometime soon and let you know for sure. But I don't want to bog this fucking show down while I Google shit, buddy. Right. So with that being said, that's all we have on the horror news. I think it's time for some listener mail, amigo.
Yeah.
Listener mail.
Yes, sir. Let's start things off on the email line.
All right.
All the way from Sydney, Australia.
Hey, Tim.
It's our main man, Tim. Team.
How's it going, Tim?
Hello, team. Subject line, hey, good looking. He's talking to you.
No, that's you.
No, he's talking to you.
No, I was talking to you.
No way. Hey, sexy man, and maybe buddy as well.
See?
You're making me blush. How are we this week? Hope everything is good and great for you guys. My week was a busy one. I hosted a party which was Viking themed.
Ooh.
And threw a huge barbecue, which I started cooking at 5:30 a.m. and finished at 6 p.m. that night.
Wow.
We had many drinks and more meat, and now I'm still exhausted. I'm coming up to my 40s in a few years and can't drink like I used to. But anyway, enough about me. Let's do the meat hook. Number one. What was last week's?
Speaking of meats, it's the meat hook.
Last week's meat hook was worst places to work in a horror movie. Tim says, number one, babysitter in Halloween. Yeah, those chicks are usually pretty hot, but they don't. Their life expectancy is like 17 3/4 before they get killed. Not only do you have to protect yourself, but the kids you're looking after. Number two, security guard in Cabin in the Woods. Oh, that's nasty. You don't want to be that guy.
No.
He gets fucked. Those guys get fucked up by unicorns, mermen, people with saw blades in their heads. Just a menagerie.
Oh, yeah.
That
a plethora of...
A giant snake, if I recall. bad business. Number 3, a police officer in The Last Shift, because she's all alone and that's lonely. That's a bad movie. That's
a great movie.
Yeah, but that's a bad place to be.
Yeah.
I would freak myself out in there, even without all the craziness happening.
Right?
What the fuck?
Did you hear something?
What is that? All right, come out of here! Whatever you're done with. I'll watch the building from my car in the park.
That's right.
Maybe across the street. I don't know.
911 on standby.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wait, I am a cop. God damn it. Gotta respond. Now for the Pterodome. Unfortunately for the creature from the Black Lagoon, this one is easy. Dr. West is smarter and I think would be able to use his brain better than the creature's strength. That's it for me this week. Love you always. Be good now, you hear. Team.
Thanks, Tim.
Right on, Tim. Thanks for writing in, bud. Buddy, who do you think would win in a fight between the creature from the Black Lagoon and Herbert West, Reanimator?
I'm going to go with Herbert West. I think this is going to be a blowout.
I think it is too, man. That creature looks cool, but he doesn't do shit.
No, just wrecks things.
He doesn't. He just messes up your furniture, really.
Yeah,
That's it.
It's like a fishman temper tantrum.
Pretty much. Yeah. I get it. He's horny and he wants to get on top of your girlfriend, but yeah, just take it easy, okay? Maybe shoot her an email or something. All right, we got some voicemails coming in here.
All right,
let's kick this off with our main man in Alabama. Alan's in the house.
Hey, what's going on, Alan?
What is Padded Room?
What's up, Padded Room?
So last week's Meat Hook, 60s horror. I'm going to go Witchfinder General.
Oh, that's a good one.
Black Sunday.
Yeah.
And number 1, Night of the Living Dead.
Of course.
This week's Worst Place to Work. I'm going to go number 1, Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
Number 2, S-Mart. And number 3, Overlook Hotel.
Okay.
The Sweets Pterodome, I'm going to go with Herbert West.
Yeah.
And Mr. Darian, are you Renfield?
I am.
Hope everybody's doing good. Let's see, this week we went and saw the new Strangers.
Okay.
That movie
How was
sucked.
it?
I fell asleep.
Oh, really?
The kid fell asleep.
Oh.
Shelley read on her Kindle.
Oh.
And, yeah, it was just not good. It was
A little too
boring,
slow.
and there were so
Bummer.
many stupid tactical errors.
Mm.
Then the next day we went and saw the Ghost concert movie. That
very
was
cool.
really good. That was definitely worth going to.
Nice.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one. Bye.
You too.
All right.
Right on. He makes a good point about Camp Crystal Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Except that I would probably take a job there. I know I'm going to get laid.
Yeah?
I'm in. I'm already in. And if you think about like the pantheon of horror movie killers, you could do a lot worse than Jason.
Oh, yeah.
Jason kill you fast. You know, same thing with Michael Myers. You might not even see Jason. You're in your refractory period and you catch an arrow through the neck from underneath the mattress.
Right.
You're all right. You're done, dude. You're done. And you didn't even know because you just finished on Mary's boobs. So
Yeah. Die happy.
hey, all right. I don't know, dude. Right on, Alan. Thanks for calling in, man. He got me. I was in fact Renfield. Well done, sir. Let's get out to Anderson, Indiana. Here comes Coop Newcomb.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Darian. Buddy, if you made it.
What's going on, Coop?
Just making this call for the 3 on a meat hook.
Okay.
We got you said the worst employers
Yeah.
in a horror movie.
Yes, sir.
Man, there's been a ton. I'm going to say first and foremost, Darian,
Yeah.
as we both know, working for the U.S. government in the military in any horror movie always seems to be like a really bad decision.
I mean, even if you're not in a horror
So that
movie.
that right there is going to be my number one.
Okay. Fair enough.
Number 2, I'm going to put me down for the company. I can't remember what the name they went by, but in that movie from the video game Doom, I think it was Doom, had The Rock in it,
Oh, God, that was terrible.
where they're doing experiments and crap.
Yeah.
And then number 3, I'm going to go with what is it? The Umbrella Corporation from the
Okay.
Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyway, that's all I have. And just to throw it out there on Shudder, there's this, I think it's Korean, Exuma. I think
yeah.
is what it's called.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Oh.
I recommend checking it out.
I've been flirting with it.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, right on. Thanks for calling in, Coop. You know, I feel like for as shitty as the Umbrella Corporation is, I feel like they'd have a good 401k package.
Yeah.
Some decent benefits. I don't know what the time off situation looks like, but it looks like a solid corporate structure, you know?
Yeah.
If you could get in, like, in the mail room, like, far away from the laboratories or something like that,
Yeah.
I'll drive a bus or I don't want to transport, like, any of those experiments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'll pick people up and drop them off for the Umbrella Corporation.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to work near that laser room.
Yeah, and I don't want to work
Too far deep?
deep in the ground. No. I get
Yeah.
claustrophobic.
I know, because if something happens, you're stuck there.
Here I am.
Yeah.
And I got the Red Queen telling me how we're all going to die down.
All right.
All right, no way. I want to speak to a manager. Right on, Coop. Thanks for calling in, bud. Let's get up to Southern California. Here comes Mr. Tom Hardy.
Hey, what's up, Tom Hardy?
Hey-yo.
Padded room. How's my favorite degenerates this
We're
week?
here.
Doing good.
Hope everyone is doing well. And Darian, I got you. Hope you got somebody to talk to.
I do.
I'm here.
I wanted to get in real quick on the educating department.
You got me.
I think I got you
Come on.
here. Sounds like Renfield.
You got me.
Nice.
Pretty good flick, man. Had a good time with it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong
for what
with
it was, but yeah, pretty sure you're Renfield.
Sure.
On the what are you looking at department there?
What you got?
I did get to catch this flick on the Amazon Under Paris, like a shark flick.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I heard about it.
It had its moments.
Okay.
One thing that was kind of pissing me off at the beginning, very, very preachy at the beginning, but then it just, I don't know, it let it go, and it said, fuck y'all.
Okay.
Which, once it did that, I gotta say, I got more into it.
Right on.
I don't know, all in all, I thought it was a pretty good flick.
Okay.
There's a bunch of, I'm sure the man with the biggest balls in Australia is going to say, oh man, they ripped this part off from Jaws and that part from Jaws, and he's probably right, but
Okay.
what the fuck, I'm sure he's still going to watch it.
It's got sharks.
What else we got? Oh yeah, on the meat hooks. The
Yeah.
meat hooks
Mhm.
there. The worst place to work, or the worst locations to work or whatever.
Sure.
So, I got a couple here.
What do you got?
I have to say the Umbrella Corp.
Okay.
It seems that there's a fucking meltdown like every other day.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
They just say, fuck it, lock all the
Kill
employees
everybody.
in there, and we'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound too good.
I'd run a remote work.
Also, you don't want to be a counselor at Camp Crystal Lake.
Again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know Darian's probably going to argue, hey, man, you're going to get your dick wet. But some of them, I guess in the earlier ones, yeah, you get your dick wet and then Jason gets you. But I don't know, man. Some of those later ones, he seems to catch you before you do.
Yeah.
So,
Cock
not only
blocking.
are you dying, but you fucking get your dick cut off. You know?
Whoa!
You're getting, killed while you got a boner. And then the last one have to be the Wayland Utani Corp.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Man, you are just a fucking petri dish for these
You are.
motherfuckers,
Mhm.
They send the one group out, they get killed. They say, fuck it, man, let's send another group out.
Sure.
Well, fuck it, we'll send somebody else in. Man, they don't give a fuck about you.
Nope.
It's
Nope.
not going to end well no matter what.
That's true.
So, yeah, I'd have to say those would be my top three.
Okay.
Okay, now, on to the Terror Dome.
Yeah, what do you got?
From the Black Lagoon and Herbert West. the
Correct.
lead animator.
GP. I feel like he's going to take Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Right?
Just because he can be a bit of a, he just wants to go against everybody else.
That's right.
I feel like, sometimes. I don't know. Let's see what he says.
She
Motherfucking peed. Oh, hell yeah.
Anyway, as I was saying, I love The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Okay.
I don't think it was the best movie of that
No.
Universal era.
No.
I just love the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Okay.
I love that, you know, he's this underwater critter.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, you can go on land, but fucking, if you're in the water, that's his environment. You're
Sure.
fucked. And I love that he's in the swamp. But, I don't know. I mean, I guess he's got, like, super strength.
You think so?
And he can breathe underwater.
I give you that.
But I don't know what else the creature from the Black Lagoon can do. I don't know. I don't even think he has super strength, too. I think he's just, like, a strong dude. Like, the equivalent of, like, a strong guy. Not like he's lifting up fucking cars. Or like that.
No. Merman.
But with all that said, I think I got to go logically here, and I think we got to give it to Herbert West.
Yep.
I think, I don't know how he's going to get through him, but I think he can outsmart the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Totally.
I don't know, maybe set a trap for him or something like that. But put me down for Herbert West.
You got it.
Anyway, hope all is well. Love you like family. Bye now.
Love you too, Tom Hardy. Thanks for calling in, amigo.
Thanks, Tom Hardy.
Yeah, that's a blowout there, buddy.
It's like Merman having sex with a fish, and that's what you get.
He's basically a zombie, right? He comes out of the water, and he just lumbers around and smashes a bunch of shit. And if you're not lucky enough to like be far enough onto dry land, then he throws you into water, and then you're fucked. But other than that, he just kind of staggers around the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Right on, Tom Hardy. Thank you for calling in, sir. That is all we have on the listener mail there, buddy. We also had a vote from Jason Harrell. He said, via the super secret Textoso line, put me down for Herbert West this week. You got it, Jason. All righty.
All right.
Buddy, you got anything for Tom Hardy, Alan, Cooper, or Tim, or Jason?
Thanks, everybody, for calling and writing in.
You guys rock. You know that already. Mm-hmm. It's time for a movie.
Yeah.
high school girl's been murdered. Mr. Harrison's daughter is missing. And now at the house where she lives, the other girls are getting obscene phone calls.
Yeah, what I've done is I've tapped this phone so that when it rings, it'll ring at the station house, too.
There was a little girl murdered over in the park tonight. Yes, I heard. Your phone's ringing. Hello?
Hey, Mommy. There's a baby. Baby, all right, Mom.
Hello? Who's there?
I know you're there. Now, see me. You answer me in spirit. Mommy. Come here. Where's David? You won't.
What are you doing?
This is Graham. It's Group 140, Terminal 55.
Remember those idyllic scenes out of your childhood? Crisp winter nights, star bright, sleigh bells, crackling Yule logs, candlelight glistening off of shimmering Christmas trees, chestnuts roasting over open fires, carolers beneath snow-covered window ledges. Remember those. Remember them well. After Black Christmas, they'll never be the same again. Black Christmas, starring Olivia Hussey, Keir Dullea, Margot Kidder, and starring John Saxon as Lieutenant Fuller. If this movie doesn't make your skin crawl, it's on too tight.
Buddy, it's Black Christmas, you see, from 1974.
Yeah.
Directed by Bob Clark, written by Roy Moore, stars Olivia Hussey, Keir Dullea, Margot Kidder, and of course John Saxon. This one, I didn't write it down. It got a lot of stars on IMDb, buddy.
7.1.
7.1 stars, it says, buddy. That's exactly right. Oh, Daddy, a lot of people like to credit this with starting the slasher subgenre.
Oh, yeah.
It did technically come before Halloween, but
Yeah.
after Peeping Tom.
Right.
I would say this is much more of a slasher than Peeping Tom.
Oh, yeah.
It's got everything you want in a slasher. Well, almost. Could use a little nudity, to
Yeah.
be honest with you. But other than that, it's got everything you want. You're in a sorority house, right? It's you got the stealth killer lurking about. You
Yeah.
got the weird sex phone calls going on.
That was hilarious.
You like that?
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, yeah.
Dude, I mean, I'm a voracious masturbator, but I can tone it down. You know what I'm saying? I normally sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger when I do it. Well, we start off, we're in a sorority house, and in Canada, I believe Toronto area, 1974. We start off with a slasher cam. It's Christmas time, and we've got somebody lurking about the outside of the house. They climb up a trestle and sneak into the attic. Now, inside the house, we have what I believe was the last day of school before, like a little
Winter break.
Yeah, like a little gathering just before winter break, and you know, a lot of the girls are packing their bags and things like that. We meet some of our sorority sisters. We have our typical archetypes of college girls that are about to be thrown into a meat grinder. We've got the alcoholic, promiscuous one. That's Barb, played by Margot Kidder. We've got the sweet virginal one. That would be Jessica, played by Olivia Hussey. And I don't know. I mean, clearly she's not a virgin, because we're going to find out in a few minutes that she's pregnant, buddy. We have the nerdy one, Phyllis, played by Andrea Martin, who, if you ask me, buddy, is the hottest chick in this movie. She's the one with the fro and the glasses.
Yeah.
Nerdy kind of a look to her. I got a thing for chicks with glasses, dude.
Maybe that's
I don't know
it
what
is.
my deal is. I love a intelligent woman, and I realize that glasses doesn't make them intelligent, but to me it does. I look at that and I think you're a sexy fucking librarian,
right?
or Catholic school teacher,
Oh.
or some. Well, no, that would be a nun, wouldn't it? I don't know. Anyways, chicks with glasses. I'm into it.
Or in a nut outfit, apparently.
Hey, you got a yardstick behind that desk there?
That's right.
What else we got here? We have Claire. She's packing her bags, getting ready to get up out of there. We have a couple other girls that are just kind of set dressing, running around. Now, everybody's having a good time at this little gathering here. Apparently, they are doing, the girls that are staying behind are doing some kind of a charity event the next day for underprivileged kids. Phyllis's boyfriend is going to play Santa. They're going to come through and sit on Santa's lap, and they're going to help him wrap presents and do a bunch of fun shit for him. Good times. Our perpetrator, though, is upstairs lurking about. And this is about the time that the phone rings, and we get one of these, I would say, a fun sex phone call from, from a weirdo. I mean, it's not like he's threatening to double fist you or anything. He's more mainly just like grunting and I would assume he's pleasuring himself, and he's like, I'm gonna eat your pussy. I got a big juicy cock. The girls are all huddled around going, like Jessica is obviously very disturbed by this. The rest of the girls are kind of like, and then Barb, of course, is like, go, let me talk to him. I'll straighten him right out. They end up hanging up on him eventually, and then Claire excuses
after
herself.
he finished.
After he finishes, yeah.
Thank you.
I'm going to call you back in a couple of days.
Yeah.
I really appreciate this, ladies. Check is in the mail.
That's right.
Claire excuses herself to go finish packing. She goes upstairs. Now, the layout of the sorority house is kind of weird. It's a 3-story house with an attic. Claire's bedroom, apparently, is the only bedroom with attic access. So there's a ladder in her bedroom that goes up to the attic, and that's the only way into or out of the attic, from what I gather. Claire's up there getting her bags packed. There's a fucking cat in the house, and he's, prancing about. Claire hears something from the closet, so she's like, oh, Claude, that's the cat. Oh, get out of here. I'm trying to get packed. So she goes over there, and somebody jumps out and suffocates her with a plastic bag. Very scary stuff. Okay, we already have our first body of the movie. Now we cut to the next day. We're at our charity event where everybody's getting all pissed off at these underprivileged kids, and Barb is already drunk, and the boyfriend, Phyllis's boyfriend, is there, and he's had about enough of these kids also. Claire's dad shows up the next day to pick her up, and she's nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
So Claire's dad is not a lot of fun, I guess. But I wouldn't be either if my daughter was missing.
Right.
But he looks wildly out of place in this college campus. He goes to the designated spot where he was supposed to pick Claire up. Claire's not there, obviously, so he gets directions to the sorority house, goes over there. About this time, the house mother of the sorority house comes home. And they call her Mrs. Mack. Her name, I think, was McHenry. And she is the James Bond of alcoholics, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
She's got stashes all over the house and in some very creative places. She's got like a bottle of hooch in a Bible that she has cut out the page, like she's smuggling a gun into a prison type of a thing.
Yep.
She's got another bottle like tied to a drawstring underneath the commode of the toilet. She's got a couple of bottles in her room, obviously. I would imagine you got to be hammered if you're going to live with these fucking bitches on a 24/7 basis.
Yeah, and you don't want them going through your stash, so you got to.
That's right. They'll drink it all, especially with Barb in the house. She'll slam it all in one night.
Yeah.
Fucking got to take her to the hospital, get her stomach pumped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to hide it, man. Spread it out a little bit. She comes home, and they're all like, oh, Mrs. Mack, Merry Christmas. Yay, we got you this dress. You got to try it on. Okay, great. Mrs. Mack also is getting ready to leave. She's going on to see her sister in Florida. So she is also packing her bags, and she's getting that done while all the girls are out of the house at this charity event thing. Now, about this time, we're going to cut to Jessica, played by Olivia Hussey. She's our protagonist, I guess. She has got a bit of a weird boyfriend. I don't think she thought of him as a boyfriend. I think they hooked up a couple of times.
He wants more.
He did get her pregnant, so she's got to go break the news to him that she's pregnant. Guy by the name of Peter. He looks like he has a constant and complete head cold the whole time, and he is studying to be a concert pianist.
Yeah.
So I guess you gotta. I don't know how that works. You gotta. There's like an exam to be a pianist or something. You got to get credentialed.
Yeah.
He's got to perform in front of this board of pianist aficionados to get certified. I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about here, but he's got like a pianist exam, is what I'm telling you.
Right.
And he's all up in his...
Not a penis exam.
No. He's not a 9-inch pianist. He's a full-grown pianist. he's all up in his head about it, and then here comes Jessica, and she's like, I think we should just be friends for a while. And he's like, what? No. And she's like, yeah, and I'm pregnant, and it's yours. And he's like, oh, that's great. That's great news. We can, let's have that baby. And she's like, no, I think I'm going to get rid of it. And he's like, what? You can't do that. She's like, okay, well, I don't want to fuck up your pianist exam, so I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Sorry to break the bad news to you. Good luck on the pianist exam. I'm going to roll up out. We'll hook up later tonight and talk about it. Okay. He's all fucked up now. Now we're going to cut to Claire's dad, who's still trying to find his daughter.
You know that would mess up his exam, too.
Oh, fuck yeah. You can't drop a bomb like that right before a pianist exam.
Yeah, tell me after the exam.
Dude, I don't know how many pianist exams I have flunked out of due to pregnancy scares, buddy.
That's right.
Fucking shit. They should put a disclaimer on that. Anyway, back to Claire's dad. He's looking for his daughter. He's getting really worried now, and he's been to the sorority house. He decides that he's going to go and file a police report, and it's handy because Jessica would like to file a police report also regarding the prank phone calls. She's all up in her head about those. So now the whole crew goes over to the local police. Oh, excuse me. Where we meet. Probably my favorite character of the entire movie. Sergeant Nash, the desk sergeant, who has no fucking idea what's going on about anything.
No.
Poor guy. Barb and Phyllis and Jessica go with Claire's dad over there. He's getting to work on the missing persons report. Basically, they give him the same bullshit. You know, you got to wait 24 hours. She'll probably call or something. In the meantime, Barb and Phyllis are giving Sergeant Nash the rundown about the prank phone calls. And Barb, being the bitch that she is, gives him a address on Fellatio Street, which is kind of humorous.
Yeah.
Clearly, I don't think Sergeant Nash has ever had a blowjob in his whole life.
Right.
It's dirty, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
But he takes the message dutifully and does his job to the best of his ability. Good for him. And by the way, this is when we find out that a number of young girls in the area have also gone missing. So that also is troublesome. Great. Everything's kind of cool from that point forward. Now we're going to cut back to the house. While all that's going on, Mrs. Mack is getting her bags packed and getting ready to go to her sister's, and she starts hearing. She's alone in the house at this point. She starts hearing Claude the cat thumping around upstairs. So she's like, "God damn it, Claude! I'm going to get you out of here." The cab is waiting for her outside. So she goes up to Claire's room and she's like, "Claude, come on!" But she sees the attic. Overhead is open. So she's like, "How the hell did he get up in the attic?" Goes up there, and apparently there's a dumbwaiter hook system for this attic.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I get it. In older style homes, they had those because you don't want to have to lug something heavy up the ladder. So you just have this pulley system where you could just get up there and hook it up. Anyway, she catches a unfortunate hook to the neck or the jaw, I guess.
Yeah.
From our unknown assailant killer in the attic. She's dead. And then he pulls her up and she's missing too. And this is where we get the reveal that Claire's body is in a rocking chair in the attic, still with the plastic bag on her face. Scary stuff, dude. Now we cut back to... first we're going to cut back to the pianist exam. I mean, it sounded okay to me, but I guess he fucked it up somehow. Because we just get him... There's three guys very... impressed with themselves, looking very uptight dude, staring at Pete while he's trying to play the piano. And I thought he was doing a fine job, but he's like sweating and throwing his hair around. And he's wearing a turtleneck sweater, so that's never a good sign. I like to stay loose when I take my pianist exams. I go in there in a tank top. I keep my sunglasses on the whole time.
And flip-flops.
And flip-flops. Board shorts, buddy.
Board shorts. That's right.
And I high-five the stuffy-looking guys. I don't care if they want it or not. Fucking high five. Anyway, apparently he fails, as what is expected, considering he's about to be a dad, apparently. At this time, so this this is when we're going to meet John Saxon, who plays a lieutenant there at the Toronto Police Department. He's looking for missing girls because there's been a lot of missing girls, and now he's kind of putting the pieces together. We've now got a missing college girl to go along with these. Plus, we have these dirty prank phone calls coming into the sorority house. So he's like, okay, all this horse shit might be connected somehow. Let me see what I can figure out. So he interviews Claire's dad. He talks to a couple of the sorority girls. Everything's, there's they don't have a whole lot to go on. So they're like, okay, well, we have a freshly missing girl, a 13-year-old, who seems to have vanished as she was walking home from this park. So he puts together a search party at the park, and since Phyllis and Jessica are already there, they're like, yeah, we'll hang out, we'll help out with the search party, and so does Claire's dad. So they go walking off into the park, and naturally somebody finds a dead 13-year-old. So that fucking sucks. Dead girl in the park. Great. Yeah. Still no sign of Claire, though. So that sucks also. Everybody assumed that Mrs. Mack took off for Florida because she just wasn't there, and I guess nobody really cared that much about Mrs. Mack.
Right.
So nobody's asking questions about her or anything. They get back to the house, and at this point we are down to Jessica, Phyllis, and Barb. And they are the three that are alone at the house. Barb gets fucked up and makes a real ass out of herself in front of everybody, going on this drunken tangent about how there's a species of turtle that can bang for 3 days straight. And then everybody yells at her, Barb, you're fucked up! Go to bed! Well, maybe I will then. Barb would make a perfect barfly. I think. She'd fit right in like in a Floyd's Fireside. Maybe a Vassar Lounge type. I don't know. She goes to bed. Very cool. Here comes the prank phone calls again. I'm gonna eat your pussy. Whoa! Easy there, Romeo. How about a little romance there, Mr. Man?
Yeah.
Jessica is getting really worried, so she calls Lieutenant Saxon again. He gets on the line with the phone company, and he's like, hey, we're gonna catch this fucking asshole, because I'm pretty sure these things are connected. So a guy from the phone company, along with Lieutenant Saxon, go over there. They hook up a wiretap to the phone at the sorority house. They then install a second phone at Saxon's desk in the police office. And anytime somebody calls the phone at the sorority house, it will ring his phone also, so he can listen in on some of these disturbing phone calls. Okay, cool. Everything's going pretty good here for a minute. Unfortunately, they have to keep El Pervo on the line for at least 10 seconds for them to get a location on where the call is coming from.
Right.
He is a premature masturbator, though. Only takes him about 6.5 seconds to rocket one out.
Right.
Which is a skill I kind of wish I had, because if I could bust one out that quick, dude, I would have knocked 3 out since you came in today. Pow! Oh, fuck, okay. Back to work. Woo!
Back to work.
Feel much better. Let me go take a shower real quick. Got any wet naps? So, unfortunately, this fucking pervo calls like 3 or 4 more times, but he's on and off the phone pretty quick. Unfortunately, during that time, we find out officially that Peter flunked his pianist exam, and we get a real quick snippet of him smashing up the grand piano with a music stand.
Yeah.
So that says that Peter may be less than stable and prone to violence. Now, I'm not sure about the ending of this movie, but I'll get with you on that as we get there. Peter then calls Jessica, and he's like, he's basically just sobbing into the phone, from what I gather. You know, I can't get rid of the baby. And she's like, Peter, calm down. I gotta come over and see you. All right, easy, fellow. But in the throes of this whiny, sobby conversation, he makes some allusions to Jessica being pregnant and possibly having an abortion. So when he gets off the phone, Lieutenant calls Jessica back, and he's like, "Who the hell was that, ma'am?" And she's like, "That's my sort of halfway boyfriend, Peter. He's a bit of a weirdo sometimes, and I'm pregnant, getting an abortion, so there's that, and he's not too happy with me." So this sends Lieutenant Saxon into kind of a, maybe this guy's got something going on here with his emotional phone calls. Okay, so cut back to the sorority house. At this point, we're pretty sure, like, Saxon has got a pretty good idea that Peter might be the killer and or at least responsible for the phone calls. So he calls Jessica back after getting the scoop on the abortion thing. He's like, "Okay, so where do you think Peter is right now?" And she's like, "Well, he's, when he gets emotional like this, he just goes down to the music hall and plays the piano for a while, and then he feels better." So Lieutenant Saxon goes down to the music hall where he finds the baby grand piano smashed to bits. Now he's like, "Okay, you fucker."
Red flag.
Yeah, we need to have a chit-chat with this dude. About that time, Jessica gets another funky phone call. Yeah. And somebody screaming and beating off into the phone again. But at one point, while the phone company guy was there, he's like, "Oh, there's a second line in Miss McHenry's room." So she has her own private line up there. So she could, or somebody could, theoretically be in her room calling the main line downstairs. Okay, easy enough. Jessica gets another funky phone call, and then she starts hearing footsteps running around upstairs. Oh, fuck, it's Peter. He's in the house. But, again, Saxon comes over, and Peter walks past him, and Saxon's like, "That's the guy. He's a fucking weirdo, I can tell." Everybody leaves. Phyllis and Barb come back. Barb's hammered. She goes upstairs and goes to bed. Now there's like a roving band of search party / Canadian vigilantes roaming the neighborhood with shotguns.
Right.
They stop by to check on the girls, and they literally look like Elmer Fudd and his cousin showed up, and "Oh, you girls stay safe now, you'll hear." While that's going on, the killer in this movie has an uncanny ability to strike while there's outside noise. That way he's never heard. So Barb's upstairs, passed out, drunk, asleep. These two doofuses are banging on the door. The girls are already freaked out as it is because there's two jackoffs with shotguns at their door. And this is when the killer hits Bab with what I believe was a crystal unicorn head.
Yeah, something like that.
Some kind of crystal knick-knack with a point on it. I think it was a unicorn. I couldn't really make it out, but stabs the piss out of Barb. She's dead. They don't know that she's dead because they thought she just went upstairs and passed out. Fair enough. About this time, Phyllis goes to bed, and we never really get to see what happens to Phyllis, other than she hears some stuff in her bedroom, so she kind of goes in there, and somebody, I think, grabbed her before she could turn the lights on, and then that was it for Phyllis, unfortunately. Now we get another goofy phone call. "You're going to get rid of that baby." Okay, so the killer, or at least the guy making the phone calls, knows about the baby.
What's going on.
All right, well, another red flag right there, Peter. This time, Saxon and the phone company guy get a actual location on the where the calls are coming from.
Yeah.
It's coming from Mrs. Mack's room, which is one floor above where Jessica is. So the phone company guy calls Lieutenant Saxon, who's just leaving the music hall, and he's like, "Hey, the phone company, it's me at the phone company. Those calls are coming from the second line in Mrs. Mack's room." So he's like, "Oh shit!" So the killer's in, or at least the horny guy is inside the house.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Oh shit! Okay, call Jessica and tell her just calmly to walk outside of the house.
Yeah.
Don't answer any questions. Just tell her I'm on my way. I'll be there in 5 minutes, and she needs to meet me in the driveway." Unfortunately, Sergeant Nash is not the sharpest knife in the drawer, so he gets Jessica on the phone. He's like, "Get outside right now! He's inside the house! The call's coming from inside the house!" Ah! It's like a Sam Kinison thing.
Yeah.
Jessica's like, "Oh, shit!" So she hangs up the phone, but she doesn't realize that Phyllis and Barb are already dead.
Right.
So she's down at the front door screaming upstairs, Phyllis, Barb, we got to get out of here. Well, one of you guys please answer me. Very quickly she does the math that if they are up there, they're probably already dead.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when we get like the footprints coming down, or the footsteps coming down the stairs. We get a very quick cat and mouse game between our killer and Jessica. Now, there is one point in the movie, I believe it was right before Barb got stabbed with that bric-a-brac thing, whatever it was, where we kind of saw like the outline of the killer. And all you really could see was like one eye coming out of the shadow and like a scruffy haircut kind of a thing. Again, running around back and forth. Eventually she hides in the basement. Just as the cops are pulling up, the killer, Peter, actually shows up and he kicks the window in to the basement and lets himself in as the cops are kicking the door to the basement open. And then the cops get down there and then we just see Jessica holding a crowbar, Peter, who's been bludgeoned to death, like laying with his head on her lap, and then the cops come down and they just assume that Peter was the killer. Now, other than being a bit of an emotional nutsack and smashing up a piano pretty good, there's really nothing to insinuate that Peter was in fact the killer, right?
Nope.
And given the actual, like the final 15, 20 seconds of this movie, I don't think he actually was. What do you think? You don't think so?
No, he wasn't.
Who do you think was the killer? Just a random dude?
A random person.
Okay, whoever this Billy character is, right?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm glad you're with me on this.
Yeah.
Because I think the assumption we were supposed to leave with was that Peter was the killer and that Jessica killed him in self-defense. And there's that.
Yeah, I don't know if they were trying to go for, hey, maybe we can do this in a part 2 and all of a sudden he comes back. That was the vibe that I got from watching that. It's like, oh, he just casually walked away.
Yeah.
And then, of course, cops and everybody show up. Yeah, there's nobody there.
Yeah. Saxon pretty much had it in his head that Peter was the killer to begin with. And then this fucking shit show here, and then Jessica killed him, presumably in self-defense, although we didn't actually see it. So, and she didn't actually, she went catatonic and then they sedated her. So she couldn't actually explain what happened in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to assume that this Billy character is actually our killer, right?
Yep.
Well, that sucks for Peter, man.
Yeah, poor Peter.
Well, a bit of a weirdo and a little emotional. No business smashing that grand piano.
No, that's a lot of money.
And back to pianist school for you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Peter the pianist.
The last, I think, minute and a half of this movie is probably, in my opinion, the best part.
Oh, yeah.
You've got...
a little chase scene down there.
No. Even after that. You got Jessica sedated in bed. You've got all these cops and coroners running around her room. You got the newspaper people outside. It's complete chaos, and Saxon is there, and he's like, okay, we got to get everybody out of here. And then they're like, okay, well, we'll put a guy outside just to be on the safe side. And then everybody turns the lights off and quietly leaves the house. And then you get that slow pan back from the exterior where the wind is blowing, and it's just dead quiet, and you can see the one lonely cop standing by the front door.
Oh, yeah.
And then the phone rings, and you can just hear it ringing in the background, as if to indicate that your killer, or at least your horny guy on the phone, is still on the loose. I really like that. I think that's a great ending right there. What did you think of Black Christmas, amigo?
Oh, I love it.
It's a good show, right?
Oh, yeah. Definitely is.
I think it's definitely my favorite Christmas horror movie. Well, second favorite. I'll say Krampus is probably number one. That's horror comedy, though. Great atmosphere. Christmas can be just as fucking scary as Halloween, I say. With the lights, I get it. It's supposed to be this joyous occasion, but the cold, bleak winter outside can be very isolating. If you're not in the throes of the family environment and the festivities, it can be very depressing also, which is a major league bummer. But it lends itself well to a horror film, I think.
Right, yeah.
It's a good show. I'm sure most of you guys have already seen it. If you haven't, check it out. Streaming on Shudder as we speak. I got the fucking Screambox Special Edition, whatever.
Nice.
There is a 2006 remake.
It's poo.
It's... Okay, now if you want to talk about poo remakes, there's a 2006 remake, and then there's a 2019 remake.
19's worse.
2019 remake will make you want to fucking not even.
No.
Just give up. It is a impacted colon full of political posturing, messaging about patriarchies, girl power, and a bunch of stuff that you don't really care about, especially if you think you're watching a Black Christmas remake.
Mm-hmm.
It'll make you want to punch yourself in the anus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They tried to throw everything in it.
Watch that, and then watch the 2006 remake. Oh, that's not so bad anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, neither one of them are anything compared to the original.
Right.
That's me. But there you have it. Original is streaming on Shudder. Check it out if you feel like it, inmates. It's worth a revisiting, I would say. Let's take us a little break there, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a long time coming. I'm coming back for you nights. If you like what you hear, head over to the Padded Room Facebook group and support us through the Patreon link with a small monthly donation. Check out the T-Villain link at paddedroom.podbean.com and grab some t-shirts. Thanks for listening and enjoy the rest of the show.
And we are back, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I think it's time for a meat hook, amigo.
Yeah.
Three on a meat hook.
This week's meat hook, top 3 sorority or fraternity horror movies. Either way, I just want a horror movie with some Greek letters involved. Whatever the case may be. Buddy, what do you got in number 3?
The House on Sorority Row.
Okay, one with the original, huh?
Yeah.
I like it. That's a good one. A lot of. Have you seen that one recently?
It's been a couple years.
Very strange imagery towards the end because the main chick gets drugged after the party lets out, and she starts hallucinating as the killer is approaching from behind, and that's when all kinds of like weird, like interpretive dance with people that aren't there is going on. It goes really bananas there for a hot minute.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good show though.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Very very murder mystery-esque.
Yes,
very cool. My number 3, One Dark Night.
Oh. Now,
I might have to take a mulligan on this one because it's never actually. I can't say for 100% sure if it was a sorority that Meg Tilly was trying to get into, or if it was just some weirdo girl gang. So I know they all had purple windbreakers, and that was a big deal. And in order to get in, she had to spend the night in the mausoleum. Naturally, nothing good happens from there. This was from a time in the days of yore, buddy, when Jennifer Tilly actually had a sister that was hotter than she was.
Oh.
There was Jennifer Tilly and there was Meg Tilly. And Meg Tilly was the really hot one.
Yeah, whatever happened to her?
She's still around. She kind of looks like she's a Roseanne Barr type.
Oh, okay.
If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is what I would... It's probably the best way to put it. Good show. Early 80s. Had one of my childhood crushes in it. Not Meg Tilly. A young lady by the name of Elizabeth Daly. Do you remember her?
Name sounds familiar.
She played Sexhead in 31.
Oh, yeah.
She was screaming hot in the early 80s. She popped up in like every second or third rom-com with John Cusack. She's really hot in a movie called Streets of Fire with Michael Pare and Willem Dafoe. They get into a sledgehammer fight.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. That movie is... Have you ever seen Streets of Fire? That movie is bananas. It's not a horror movie. It's more like a weird... like 50s doo-wop action.
Oh, weird.
Kind of it's very weird, but it's a good show. And she's in it. She plays like a burlesque dancer, if I remember right. Crazy hot. Anyway, all right, I'm going off on a tangent. How about number 2 there, buddy?
Number 2, Night of the Creeps.
Oh, fuck! I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Man, that was a good one.
God damn it.
Aliens.
I got it right there on the Scream Factory limited edition Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom Atkins.
Oh, yeah.
Thrill me. Remember that?
Thrill me.
That's how he would answer the phone.
Yep.
Thrill me. I wish I was cool enough to do that. If I said that, people would say, what's your fucking problem? Thrill you? Really? I want you to know what time to pick the kids up, asshole. Thrill me! Okay. God, that's a good show, man. Those little slugs. See, that's a great like combination alien horror movie, but with like a light tinging of zombies also. Yeah. Good stuff. And get one of those things in your mouth, you're done.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like a whole gay thing going on, too. I wasn't aware of it at the time that I saw it, but like between him and his crippled roommate, there's like a gay subtext.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Well, it's more the crippled guy. He was really... You can watch it now, and you're like, oh, yeah, he wants to get on top
of
wow. that. So, yeah, there's that. My number 2, Sorority Row, the House on Sorority Row remake from 2009.
Oh, okay.
I actually like that one a little bit more because, I don't know, it's a good update. In the original House on Sorority Row, it's the tyrannical house mother that gets accidentally killed kind of in a weird prank. It's much better couched in the remake, I think, with one of the sorority sisters actually getting killed, and then the cover-up, and now the culprits are being murdered one at a time. We've got a boyfriend that might be it. We've got a younger sister that shows up. It's much, I would say it's much more murder mystery and a little less slashery, but there's still some pretty cool kills. And the murder weapon in that one was really weird. It was like one of those star lug wrenches, but for some reason one of the lugs was like a blade, and there was like a big screwdriver head on the other one, and you could throw it, and it would whistle when you threw it.
Ooh.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a unique weapon.
Okay.
I don't think you can actually buy that. You can buy a star lug wrench. That's easy enough. But with like a blade attachment and stuff, I don't think you need that.
No.
What are you going to do with that other than kill co-eds, right? All right, how about number one there, buddy?
The Black Christmas that we just did.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
That's a great show.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Yep.
There's a certain aspect to the sorority house that lends itself very well to horror. Like, you see these horror movies that take place on Sorority Row or in sorority or fraternity houses. They're always like these big, sprawling 3- and 4-story colonial mansion types that are just littered with, like, rec rooms and extra bedrooms and, like, weird upstairs bathrooms and mezzanine levels. And there's, like, usually some kind of not a secret passage, but like a dumbwaiter situation.
Right.
It really works well for a horror movie of any kind, really.
Yeah.
Any of these would make great ghost story houses. It work great for slashers because there's all these little nooks and crannies that you can hide in and stuff. Unfortunately, my number one does not take place in a sorority house. It takes place in a shopping mall / bowling alley. Talking, of course, about Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bowl-O-Rama.
Yeah.
It's a bad movie.
It's terrible.
I understand that. I fully understand that. Why can I not get myself enough of this movie? Is it Michelle Bauer's breasts? Quite possibly.
Maybe.
Is it Bring Stevens' breasts?
Maybe.
Is it Linnea Quigley's breasts?
Right.
Is it the menagerie of breasts all in one nice breast bouquet? It could be. I don't know why I love this movie so much. It's so stupid.
The breasts.
The breasts, obviously. It's so stupid. You got yourself a demonic sock puppet that's granting wishes and turning co-eds into demonic Bride of Frankenstein things. It's dumb as hell. I understand that. I can't get enough of it. I don't know why. I love the hell out of that movie, buddy.
Yeah.
And at one point, Jason Harrell, when he was in here, was teasing a possible remake. I don't know that you can actually recapture that kind of magic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that'll be tough.
It's going to be just as bad, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Unless they try to go like some serious, dark, brooding route.
Yeah, I think if they tried to remake it, it'd just be worse.
I mean, I'm going to have to check it out one way or the other.
Right.
I can't not check it out. I'm in. I'm all the way in.
Mm-hmm.
Inmates, we would like to know what your top 3 sorority / fraternity horror movies are. Get us your top 3 by next week. The mental health hotline, of course, is area code 775-387-0275. Or just go to paddedroompodcast.com and hit the meat hook link. Let us know that way. We'll make fun of you next week for sure.
Absolutely.
Right now, buddy, Pterodome time.
Yeah!
No tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
I'm not gonna hurt you. You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in. I'm gonna bash them right the fuck in. I'll kill you all. I'll drive you crazy. I'll kill you all. Worst dream come true.
6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face, with blackish eyes, the devil's eyes.
to the Terradome.
First, last week's winner, buddy.
Yeah.
Singles competition, we had Herbert West, Reanimator, versus the creature from the Black Lagoon. The creature was operating on an amphibian endomorphic level, and Herbert West knew it. It wanted to eat and reproduce, but had been secluded in the lagoon its entire existence. Recreating its pheromones and baiting the trap was easy. Getting its carcass back to Miskatonic University would be much harder. With a vote of 9-0, Herbert West advances.
Yeah.
It's a little early for a blowout, but we got one anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of saw that one coming.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at this week's matchup, shall we?
Yes.
We are in the Inferno Conference Round 3. As usual, inmates, bear with me. I don't know how to write stuff. It sleeps, it wakes, it feeds, eating the anatomy of its prey to regenerate its own. Every 23 years, the 23 years that just came to an end. Its milky eyes open, a scent catches its attention. Gun oil, blood, sweat, grease paint, and desperation. A car moving fast down an abandoned and forgotten South Texas highway. The driver has something it needs, a heart. Otis was the last surviving member of the Firefly clan. The bodies of Baby and Captain Spaulding lay slumped in the back seat. Sheriff Wydell was less than an hour behind him in closing. If the car doesn't run out of gas, if Otis doesn't bleed out behind the wheel, if the thing circling in the sky above the highway doesn't strike, he might just make it to the Mexican border. Singles competition, we have the Creeper versus Otis Driftwood, buddy. How say you?
I'm going to have to go with the Creeper on this one.
Me too. Not just because he's my horse in this race, but Otis is just a guy.
Yeah.
He's crazy as shit, I'll give you that, and he's kind of crafty, but putting a garbage can on your head is not going to save you from the Creeper.
No.
It might get you through a shootout with the Texas Rangers.
Not for the Creeper, though.
It can fly. Okay? Go ahead, get mad at me, Tom Hardy. The Creeper can fly, it's got fucking wings.
Mm-hmm.
And you can run it over and back over it and run over it again and back over it again and run over it again and back over it again. It's still coming.
Yeah.
You got to get a harpoon gun and nail it to the side of a barn.
Yeah.
And you got to keep it there for 23 fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way you can do it, buddy.
Yeah.
That's your matchup for the weekend, mates. It's the Creeper versus Otis Driftwood. Again, get us your votes by next week if you have time. Mental health hotline is area code 775-387-0275. Or just go to paddedroompodcast.com, hit the Terradome link, and vote that way however you want to do it. But now we have to tell you what movies we got to watch this week in a segment called What Are You Looking At?
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
I only got one in this week. It's a Australian movie called Night of Fear, which I know sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, it doesn't sound that entertaining.
Night of Fear. Are you scared tonight?
No.
Well, it's the Night of Fear, so try to work on that. It's Australian. It's only about an hour long.
Oh, wow.
It is a very...
short night.
A very short night. It is a very shabby Australian version, I would say, of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I guess, is the closest comparison. This fairly attractive young lady is driving down the highway, gets into a car accident, veers off the road, ends up in the Australian rural area, not the outback per se, but there's a psycho out there, a hillbilly that breeds rats, and he chases her and fucks with her, and then eventually captures her and kills her and feeds her to the rats.
Damn.
That's about all there is to it. But there's no dialogue in the whole movie.
Whoa.
So it's all just... there's like a little opening montage of her playing tennis and then banging her boyfriend in the woods, and then after that she's behind the wheel of the car, and then nature just takes its course from there, I guess.
Interesting.
It is, and it's only an hour long, so you got that going for you.
Worth a watch?
I mean, it's nothing we haven't seen before.
Right.
You know, if you got an hour to kill, why not? But other than that, there's really nothing to write home about.
Okay.
What do you got?
That's it.
That's it? You got nothing?
I got nothing.
It's been 3 weeks, man.
I know.
Oh, get out of here.
Busy 3 weeks.
I guess so. All right. How about some immersion therapy then?
Yeah.
Immersion therapy.
Did you get a chance to check out Dr. Caligari?
Yeah.
I don't have any answers.
Me either.
I don't think it has, other than the name, I don't think it has anything to do at all with the original cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Yeah, I don't think so.
If I had seen this when I was 9, I would have probably pulled my dick clean off to it. There are some very nice breasts in it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of unnecessary cigarette smoking. And I couldn't tell you what the hell... You got okay, if I'm understanding this correctly, which I'm probably not, you have a nymphomaniac that checks herself into a Art Deco early 90s mental institution ran by the above-mentioned Dr. Caligari, who is herself, I don't know, she just likes to put her tits out, I guess. She's not like a nympho, but she smokes a lot of cigarettes and she wears things with her boobs out. So, okay. So I guess this is making my head hurt just trying to think about it.
Yeah.
They take like her brain enzymes and stick it in the director of the mental institution, which turns him into a cross-dressing nympho.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the crux of the movie, as I understood it, right?
Yeah, that's it in a nutshell, really.
A lot of weird imagery and what I think are dream sequences or something with, that scene with the giant mouth and the tongue.
That was weird.
That, I could have fucking... It's a good thing this thing didn't show up on HBO in 1993.
It was on Cinemax.
I would have recorded it with my VHS in my bedroom and watched that scene right there.
Over and over.
Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. For some fucking reason, buddy, I don't know why, I went ahead and bought it on Blu-ray.
Oh, yeah. Right, shocking.
I know. I'm still in the plastic. I haven't even taken it
Probably
out
watch it with the sound off.
Yeah. Once the wife goes to bed. I'm kind of interested in the special features.
I'm sure you are.
A little bit. There's some special.
That's right. There's special, all right.
Have a little special time with myself with the special features. Yeah. There it is, dude. What do you got for us this week?
All right, this week, let's check out 2024's Exuma. It's about the process of excavating an ominous grave that unleashes dreadful consequences buried underneath. And you'll find this gem on Shudder.
Very cool, inmates. Check that shit out. We'll do the same and compare notes next week.
Mm-hmm.
But now, it is time to educate me.
Educating Miss Monica.
First, my clues from last week, buddy. I am a miserable peon that works for Count Dracula. I've been doing his fucking heavy lifting for the last 300 years. I've had about enough of it, to be honest with you. But he keeps promising me he's going to make me into a vampire at some point. Still hasn't followed up on that. And now I'm falling in love with a mortal. And I think I've about had enough of this shit. Unfortunately, there's a drug ring involved, and her ex-boyfriend is really into ska music. I don't know why that's a point, but it keeps popping up for no reason. And, yeah, I think I'm about done with this shit there, buddy. I am, of course, Renfield. Mm-hmm. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Not a bad show.
Yeah, I like it.
More of a comedy.
Yeah.
Had some good action sequences.
Oh, sure did.
Though, after he takes a handful of bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he can really get down. That's fine. I don't know that... I mean, I'm a Nicolas Cage guy. But that was kind of silly.
It was.
Right? I think if he had played like a serious Dracula, maybe he might be all right. But that was kind of silly.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, dude. Whatever. It's fine. Who might I be this week, you ask? Well, buddy, I am a promiscuous 17-year-old girl in 1950-something or other. And we're having a gala event at the high school. And I went there with my boyfriend. Unfortunately, I had a few too many to drink and hooked up with another dude who took me behind the stage for a little... and that's when my boyfriend found out and got his heart broken, so he decided to fire a stink bomb at me, which caught the whole goddamn place on fire. Fast forward to 1980-something or other, my spirit has been let loose to wreak revenge on the boyfriend who I believe is either now a cop or a priest, and the guy that took me behind the stage, who is either a cop or a priest, and the rest of the fucking high school, and one poor young lady who happened to open a chest that had my burned up formal dress in it, and now I'm kind of going to possess her and really fuck some other shit up too. So watch out for that, buddy. Angry, dead, promiscuous 17-year-old girl on the loose and ready to fuck some shit up at school.
All right.
Who might I be, you ask? Tune in next week and I'll drop some knowledge on you, inmates. In the meantime, I think that's about it for us. Join us next week. We're going to be kicking off Possession Month here in the Padded Room. All July, it's all possession all the time. We're going to start things off with The Resurrected.
The Resurrected.
The Resurrected from 1992, starring Chris Sarandon and some other people that can't think of their names off the top of my head. Like, comment, subscribe, of course, wherever you found this show, inmates. That helps our visibility quite a bit if you have time. We do have a Patreon campaign running full of prize swag and other BS. Just go to paddedroompodcast.com. You'll find the link there. Take you right where you need to go. We'll send you some mugs and T-shirts and other stuff, whatever. I'll send you a pair of Buddy's panties. I'll wait till he's asleep. Listen, here's what I'm going to wait till he's asleep. Sneak into his house, I'll peel them daintily off of his prone, naked body and drop them right into a FedEx envelope for your pleasure. Complete with pubes and funky ball sweat. Just for you. That's going to be a new tier. That's going to cost you like $300. Because I could conceivably get arrested doing that. In the meantime, buddy, you got anything else, big guy?
No.
Alrighty. For vampires and their disgruntled servants, horny 17-year-olds, undead 17-year-olds, and the damage they can do. Stephen King adaptations that are coming out. You think we'd be done with Stephen King, right? But he has written so many motherfucking short stories, and they're just going to keep cranking them into movie adaptations. Yeah. Some good, some bad. We got some more on the way. Thank God for that. Dark Universe theme parks and the Padded Room podcast. I'm afraid visiting hours are over.
Bye and have a great week.